Welcome to our rendezvous with the Oscars. The race is nearing an end, but what are the films in pole position? Spotlight by Tom McCarthy has 6 nominations, including Best Film and Best Director. At the turn of the century, American newspaper The Boston Globe gave a masterful lesson in investigative journalism in exposing paedophile priests in the Archdiocese of Boston.
Do you think your paper has the resources to take that on?
I do. Do you?
What started out as an investigation into one priest accused of molesting dozens of boys unravelled into a conspiracy of lawyers and government officials who helped the church hide paedophiles and deny justice to the victims.
Down.
90 priests.
If there were 90 of these bastards, people would know.
We're going to tell this story. We're going to tell it right.
We've got 2 stories here. A story about degenerate clergy and a story about a bunch of lawyers turning child abuse into a cottage industry.
Mark Ruffalo and Rachel McAdams are up for Best Supporting Actor awards in a film that shook the Catholic Church to its core.
They knew, and they let it happen. It could have been you. It could have been me. It could have been any of us.
Hollywood is skillful at moralizing, and this time it turns from paedophile to Wall Street with The Big Short. The film is directed by Adam McKay and targets the world of high finance and has 5 Oscar nominations. It has an all-star cast of Brad Pitt, Christian Bale, Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell.
When the banks committed...
4 outsiders anticipated the explosion of the financial bubble in the US housing market, destined to burst a few years later, with disastrous effects. The quartet amassed a fortune while exposing the corruption of large financial institutions.
Refinance. On all my loans?
What do you mean, all your loans?
I have 5 houses.
If we're right, people lose homes, people lose jobs.
The ratings agencies, the banks, the government, they're all asleep at the wheel.
I'm thinking.
Steven Spielberg went through great pains to make this beautifully shot film, but even that cannot rescue a vehicle that was nominated for 6 awards from its banality. Tom Hanks fails to excite in his role as a Brooklyn lawyer sent to negotiate the release of an American spy plane pilot shot down over the USSR.
There's a wrinkle.
They got our spy pilot. With a head full of classified information. The Russians want their man back before he cracks.
I'm talking to you about the security of your country.
When you don't know what the game is.
The next mistake our countries make could be the last one.
Mad Max Fury Road sees the return of director George Miller to the franchise. It's not your typical Oscar movie, but it gained 10 nominations and was well received by critics and moviegoers. Kamikaze mysticism, Valhalla and heavy metal folklore are among the elements in Miller's film.
Each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else.
The race to the Oscar dominates the star system this year. Stay tuned to Euronews on TV and on our website for all the latest updates. See you soon.
A presto.